I turn off my phone, I put it down, and I say, God, this is what I want. This is the life I want to live. This is what I want. This is what I desire. This is what I see myself doing.
How did you ultimately get to the conclusion that
let's go in.
you needed to remove your breast implants?
So she held my hand in front of the mirror and she took the bandages off and she goes, this is you. This is you. You're beautiful. You're natural.
Which sign is the most kinky in the bedroom?
Oh, Scorpio for sure. Aquarius could be second up but Aquarius is going to wake up in bed next to an alien and be like, oh my God, what? Okay, I'm into it. Let's go.
There's girls that I've dated in the past that were literally just fulfilling my ego's desires.
I'm glad you realized that. I've been through a lot, but also I think I helped you move through some of your bullshit if we're really gonna lay it out on the line there.
Wow, guys, this is why I love Danielle. She doesn't hold back. She speaks the truth. What is up? Welcome back to the Jeremy Awakens Podcast. Today, we have a very, very special soul, a very powerful woman in the building. We have Danielle Paige. This is actually our third podcast together. And Danielle is one of the most potent and powerful spiritual guides, astrologers, teachers, and I've learned a lot from her personally. She helped me kind of get started in my curiosity for astrology, full moons, etc. And you've been through a lot.
I've been through a lot, but also I think I helped you move through some of your bullshit if we're really gonna lay it out on the line there.
Wow, guys, this is why I love Danielle. She doesn't hold back. She speaks the truth. And honestly, that's what good friends do.
Yeah.
That's what tough love is all about.
Yeah.
So
we've had some moments of tough love between each other.
Is that where you want to start?
Oh, we could definitely start there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I would like to start because last time we recorded together, it was like a couple months after your house got burned down in California fires, early 2025.
Yep.
Fast forward, we're like 13 months post your house getting burned. And I'm curious, like, I guess, what did losing your home in the LA fires teach you spiritually?
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So that was a full Phoenix rising moment. I think that I'm still rising from it, to be honest. And it's not just about furniture or clothes or my stuff that I lost. It's everything that had to be burned down afterwards. So, okay, there's many layers to this. There's like the human aspect of what happened. Then there's a spiritual aspect. On the human level, I mean, it sucks. Let's be honest. You work really hard for all your stuff. You lose everything, and you barely get insurance money, right? So everything is gone. But then you realize, when I checked in with Spirit afterwards, I was like, okay, what was that? Why didn't you tell me? Because usually they tell me, although they did give me some clues about it, like during it, right before, but like I didn't actually know this was happening. So I'm like, why didn't you guys tell me? Because we have a good connection. And they say to me, but did you die? Which I then found out later that's in a movie. I don't know. There's some movie. But they're like, did you die? I'm like, no. And they're like, okay, then you're good. So I'm like, actually, yeah, I'm good. I didn't die. And I was home with my dog. That's the most important thing. So what else did I learn?
By the way, just sorry to cut you off, but when you say Spirit, we're not talking about Spirit Airlines. That, by the way, just went out of business. Because some people listening might be like, what is she talking about when she's saying Spirit?
Sorry. So this is just my world and it's so normal to me that I forget. So connection to God, source, divine, higher self, whatever you want to call it, your I am presence, your monad. We have guides, we have angels supporting us. When I was going through the fire, I was hearing messages of certain things. We could talk about that in a moment. So I get a lot of guidance. It's what I do for my job. It's what I do for myself. It's what I do help other people with. So yes, I know that I'm always supported. So that's why I'm like, what the F was that all about, right? So on a spiritual level, I learned so many things. I'm still moving through it, but it's really about when we leave this earth plane, we take nothing with us. So while all that stuff was beautiful and I love interior design and my house was it was curated and everything was chosen from, vintage markets, from Greece, from Italy, none of that matters. It's all here to have fun, while we're on this earth plane, but none of it matters. I really, really learned you have to have so much strength in yourself and you have to have so much trust in yourself, because afterwards, when I lost everything, I remember I was calling friends. I'm like, could somebody go buy me underwear? I'm like, I think I grabbed a couple pairs, but like, I don't know. Like, I literally did not have. And then people were donating some clothes. And I remember I did this reel. I was wearing this like bright pink shirt. I mean, I'm very grateful that someone gave it to me. It was like donated. It was really ugly, and like bright pink shirt and like, I don't know, these pants that I would have never worn together. So fine, I'm grateful for it. And I did this reel and I was like a mess. And I was just like, I'm still me. Like, I don't need any of that stuff. And I think that was the most important thing, because I'm like, I know what it's like to have no money. When I was building my business, I had no money. Then I made money. But none of that changed me. I just like nice things. Like I do. Like even when I had nothing, I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to rebuy some stuff. Like I love design. It makes my heart, swell. But can you be yourself? Can you still feel worthy? Can you still show up when you have nothing? And I did. And I was in this temporary housing and I would put my camera in front of the like a nightstand for light. And I was like, I don't have a ring light, but I have this. So I'm like, really, what's your excuse? Like, why are you going on camera and speaking, So it's like, there were so many lessons and I'm still receiving them. But yeah, I mean, I now on a deeper level, this is something that my soul signed up for. My soul agreed to go through this because it was going to catapult me faster than not going through this. I had a choice. I could not do this. In fact, even before the fire, I was about to go on a trip to Egypt and I was going to move out of my place and move into a different one. And they showed me that I should put my stuff in storage, go to Egypt, go to Florida, and then come back and then get another place. So that was an option for me. And I'm like, no, I want to get this place because it was my dream place. I just loved it. I was so excited to live there. And so I went for it. And so that's what my soul chose. And basically everything needed to be burned down. So at first I'm like, okay, it's just my stuff. I'm alive. I have my dog. And so everything's fine. And then I realized about 3 months afterwards, wait a minute. No, we're not just talking about my clothes that's gone and my memorabilia. It was everything in my life needed to be burned down. So my business has not been the same since. And now I'm not saying it's in a negative way. It's just completely different. My business had to burn down, who works for me, how I'm showing up in the world, what I'm doing. So then I had to go through a dark night of the soul again. It was pretty much over the summer. And I'm like, it wasn't fun, but I'm sitting at my parents' house, 47.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, at 47. And I'm just like, I was in my dream place, living my dream life. I was really happy. And first of all, I'm like grateful that I had my parents' house to go to, so I didn't have to worry about finding another place. Like I didn't want to make that decision out of fear. And I didn't want to make that decision in lack and scarcity.
Yeah.
I wanted to make that decision when it felt right. So I was grateful, but I was also just sitting in my parents' house. I'm 47 and I'm like, wow, okay, this is my new backdrop. Although it can change at any moment. That's the key. It can change at any moment that I decide to move out. But I had to sit with it. And so I sat in that. And so the summer wasn't that fun. Last summer, it wasn't that fun.
Not a Europe summer.
I did. I ended up going to Europe because I just needed to get out. But I have to say, listen, Europe, I went to Greece. And Greece is amazing. But I still was like, I had trauma in my body still. Like I wasn't fully myself. I wasn't fully open. Like I just got back from Greece now, which we'll talk about. And this was one of the best trips I've had. And I just went without knowing anyone. And I was so happy to be in the moment and so present. Yeah. And I feel that what the fire has done is just show me my strength in a new way. It showed me my magic in a new way. And I'm just appreciative of everything. And like every time I buy something new, I'm super excited now. And I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. And now I get to decide in a new way of like, I'm buying some vases for my house.
It's like a whole new level of gratitude and perspective. I feel like that you have. It's almost like you went through a death.
Yeah, in a way, but I'm lucky.
Exactly. Well, I think it's a really powerful lesson for anyone watching and listening, because it's like we all go through very challenging experiences in this life.
Yeah.
And it's really about how you choose to respond to those things. You can either play the victim and be like, this is happening to me, and get really sad about it and feel bad for yourself. Or on the contrary, you can just be like, yo, there's a deeper lesson here. This is helping me towards my evolution. How can I use this as a catalyst for more growth to become a better version of myself? And that's what you've done, which is so inspiring.
Could I say something though with that?
Yeah.
Because I want to jump off this. So yes to everything you said, but also I got a very clear message after from Spirit saying, please share, because they know I could be vulnerable. Like I'm not afraid to cry on camera. I'm not afraid to talk about something that's hard. So I knew that I was going to openly share the journey. And I continued to talk about it for a while. And so there was a lot of people that actually messaged me or would comment and be like, you're still talking about the fire, you're being a victim. And what I needed to teach people is you can talk about something because you need to process it. It took me a long time to process because there's waves of grief. That doesn't mean you're being a victim. That means, listen, this is what I went through, this is what I'm feeling, and this is the lesson. So I'm going to share with the lesson. In my membership that I have, I would continually share the lesson of what I'm learning. And there's different layers. So I realized through this process, people are uncomfortable talking about emotions and really hard things. It's either like what you were saying, like, yes, just like, oh, this happened for me and there's a lesson, move on. But also, I feel. I'm very sensitive. So I was actually allowing myself to process it, be the spiritual teacher, and also be Danielle the human and process it through my body because there was a lot of trauma. I have never felt trauma like how I felt after the fire. My physical body was frozen afterwards. That night of the fire, I was shaking. Someone was holding me and I was shaking and he's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, it's just moving out of my body and my teeth were shattering because it was so violent. It was that morning I was in a robe saying how much I loved this new place that I just moved in. And I was so happy. And then all of a sudden, fire alarms go off, right? So it was so violent, and then it was gone.
How much sooner did you move into that home?
I was there right after Thanksgiving, so like a day or two. So that's like end of November, and then this happened January 7th.
That's crazy. So you had maybe like 2 months there, 6 weeks.
Yeah. And what's even crazier is I didn't really get a good solid 2 months because the moment we moved in, my dog, who is very sensitive, I rescued him. Of course, he comes to me because I'm a sensitive, he's a sensitive, I know how to work with him. The minute we moved in there, he started getting sick. So I was up so many nights with him in the emergency vet with him. So I was just constantly not having a good sleep schedule. I knew there was something actually in the house. It felt haunted, even though it was new. That everything kept breaking, and the management company kept saying, we don't understand because no other unit has this. And I'm like, I know something is really weird. My dog doesn't bark. My dog would bark at things. I would connect. I would see spirits. So that day of the fire, one of my teachers out there, he was coming to sage my house. So what's even funnier is that we didn't have to sage the house because it just burned down. But again, I was the only unit to burn in the whole thing. And I knew it was because it was a portal and it needed to close.
So fucking wild.
So there's so many layers to this.
Yeah, there's so many layers. There's so many lessons. I think another big lesson is impermanence.
Yeah.
Nothing in this life is permanent.
Nope.
Everything at some point comes to an end, whether it's a relationship, whether it's losing a home in the California fires, whether it's a family member getting sick and something happening to them. Like, we literally cannot take any moment for granted.
Nothing.
Because we don't know what tomorrow has in store. And that's exactly why it's so important to tell our loved ones how much we care about them. It's so important to actually maximize every moment.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you sharing that. Like, I remember when you were going through it, I think I was like also inspired because anytime I would catch myself like playing victim or feeling sorry for myself through adversity, I was like, yo, Danielle just had her whole fucking life burned down.
Yeah.
You know, it's the ultimate lesson in humility too. Yeah. Like, that is the spiritual test, by the way.
This was a real spiritual journey, let me tell you.
It's very easy to feel happy and spiritually connected when life is just flowing and everything is good. Yes. But what about when your house burns down? What about when you're 47 and you have to move back with your parents in Boca Raton? When all of your designer clothes and bags and heels are gone, disintegrated.
Bye-bye.
The life that you worked for the last decade plus is just beside you. But the cool part about it is that actually all of the inner work you did during that time is what got you through those challenges. And that's why you are where you are right now.
Yes.
And I'm sure like you're just going to ascend to another level.
Oh, it's coming. I know it's coming for me this year. So, and you're right. You're very intuitive. I'm literally on the cusp of something huge.
Yeah.
And this was part of it because in order for me to get there, I had to burn all that down. And also I had to burn a lot of just layers and all, like, I went through so much before in my life, and it was just so many. We all have stories and we all have programs, even though we're trying to work through them, and we have, protection around us. So it was just all of that. And actually, after the fire, my mediumship started coming out even more because I really surrendered. That's all what it is.
So speaking of surrender, in a recent post you made with I think it was your birthday post when you were in
I don't
Greece.
even remember. Yeah.
So you
What did
said
I
something
say?
in there that actually really caught my attention, and I wanted to ask you about it.
Sure.
I thought it was beautiful. I believe it was something about micromanaging God.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember this?
I don't know exactly what I said, but yes.
I think it was
That's what I've been
something along the
learning.
lines of like, stop trying to micromanage God.
Yes.
Like start allowing
Yes.
life to flow, start allowing yourself to be open to the possibilities, something
Yeah.
along those lines.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So I am the queen of not surrender. That's part of why all this happens. And not because I think it's just probably how we grew up, right? You know, there's always reasons for everything. And in many ways, I feel like I raised myself. So it has a lot to do with that. But yes, I've learned through this journey, I've learned through developing even a deeper connection with God that I was micromanaging God. And I was trying to say it needed to be on this schedule, on this time. But I've learned throughout my process, through my journey, I've always said it's going to happen on your soul's time, not your ego's time. And so it's a reminder, you know, listen, we might want something to happen. We might have expected something to happen. But every single time that I've forced something, because I'm really good at making stuff happen. So if there's anything, I'm really good at that, but it's not something that I should be proud of. So I've learned my lesson now. I don't force, I don't push anymore because I've done that too much. And it's never good when you're forcing or you're pushing. It's either going to work. So, I mean, go after your dreams and, you know, go after your goals. Yes. But when you're forcing and knocking down a door that's not supposed to open for you, I in the past, like I can knock it down. I'm like, I'll find a way, I'll go underneath, I'll cut a hole. But that's not always the best for you. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. So I've learned that lesson. So I've learned that, yeah, I was micromanaging God. And so when you put this more faith in the creator, in God, like that's what drives me. But I will say it's not like I sit back and I don't do anything. We have to take inspired action. So that's where are we an open channel? Are you working on your vessel? Is the information coming through? Because then you need to act on it. But you act when you get the information. And you know, everyone here knows when you're forcing something that's not right and when you're moving towards something and it's flowing. You just know. You just know.
Yeah. There's something, I don't think I really understood that concept until recently about like fully having trust in God. Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
And even last night, I was speaking at this event, and I always get like a little nervous, you know, especially when it's like something, a new topic or a new kind of niche of people I'm speaking to, right?
Yeah.
You know, I always want to be the best version of myself.
Of course.
And at the end of the day, you know, like I'm prepping and I like kind of have the flow of things. And then like 30 minutes before I just wrap to fill in. And I literally just like tell God, like, just use me.
Yes.
Use me as a vessel. Let me be an
yes.
open channel for you. Whatever needs to come through, allow it to come through. I'm not attached to anything.
Yes.
I'm completely trusting your path. I know you have my best interests in mind. I know you want to help me create as much impact as possible.
Yes.
So I'm just going to trust.
Yes.
And I just felt this sense of calm and peace take over me where there's like zero anxiety.
That's
And
beautiful.
I started to get on stage and I was like, yeah, let's go.
That's beautiful. That's exactly it. Like letting the light of God move through you because you're not doing this alone.
I've been thinking about this a lot recently. I've talked to different rabbis and Kabbalists about this idea of unconditional love. The more that I think about it, the less I believe that unconditional love is actually a reality. You know, you would think like parent, child, husband, wife, brother, sister, like that's unconditional love. But the truth is that most love in this life is based on conditions. Like I might not give you the love you deserve as my son or daughter because you didn't do well on that test or you didn't have a good basketball game, right? Husband and wife, maybe like you don't look so good. Like I'm just saying hypothetically, maybe you don't look so good like during a period of the month. And I'm like, yo, she doesn't look as hot as she used to like 6 months ago. What's going on? Maybe I'm not providing the way. And you're like, yo, do I really still like this guy? Is he like that masculine king that I really signed up for? So
A masculine king is going to like a woman through all the phases of their cycle.
I wasn't directing that. I wasn't directing that at you, obviously.
Oh, it's not me. I'm speaking up for all the women out there.
But what I'm saying is this idea of unconditional love, I think, is almost a myth. And really the only unconditional love that exists in this life is the love between ourselves and God.
Yes.
Because God forgives us for our mistakes. He doesn't judge us when we fuck something up. He wants what's best for us at all times. Yeah. And he is guiding us on the path that is designed to elevate our soul. Whether we listen to that all the time is a different story. Right. But I feel like the only unconditional love that exists in this life is with God. What do you think of that? Do you agree?
I think that's beautiful, profound. I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. But when you phrase it like that, yes. And that's why I think most people are missing the connection to God, source, divine creator, whatever they want to say, because it's just semantics. It's different words. Some people like the word God, some people don't. I think that's what's missing in our world, because if you look around at everyone, people are empty.
I just want to take a moment to express my gratitude. So thank you. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to listen to this podcast. It genuinely means the world. And I'm doing everything in my power to bring you the best people, the best conversations, the best quality of production. And the one thing that I'm asking in return is for you to subscribe to the podcast. Whether you're listening on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, it makes a massive difference and it helps us impact more lives and reach more people. Word of mouth is my oxygen. So it would genuinely mean the world to subscribe, share the episode with a friend, and feel free to tag me on Instagram at Jeremy Awakens. Let me know what the biggest lesson you've learned from today's show is. And now let's get back to today's conversation.
I think that's what's missing in our world, because if you look around at everyone, people are empty. There's like a black hole in everyone's heart.
By the way, I feel like there's for sure, I know you, hopefully there's like a little shift that you notice within myself, but like for sure in the last 3 or 4 years since we first met, I definitely feel like you're more connected. Maybe October 7th played a role in that. Maybe the house getting burned. To Judaism
or to God?
I feel like through God, right? Yeah. And I genuinely think it's actually one of the most attractive qualities in another human being is when you can sense that they have this deep, intimate connection with the creator. When you see that in someone, like that energy is so magnetic.
Yeah.
And you feel it. Like you can't fake that.
Oh, you definitely can't fake that. I've always had this, I would say, since 30. Because when I had my awakening at 30, I started getting information and there was nothing online. Like there was I don't even think Instagram was around when I was.
It wasn't.
Yeah. So not everyone wasn't a life coach and there's no shade, but like there wasn't like, oh, who do I go to? Right. So my first teacher was God. It was spirit, source. I was getting directions on what to do. So I've always had this connection, but it's been very internal. That's what led me to then build my business. That's what then led me to do everything. But, and that's why I didn't make money for a long time, because I didn't go into this to be a businesswoman. I went into this to serve and to help people. And so my first connection was with my soul. And I was working on that in my 30s. And then I was like an afterthought of like, okay, now I think I have to send out emails. And then what's this email marketing? Like I had to learn all that in 2010, 2011, while I was building the connection to my soul. So I've always had this. It just might be outward facing differently now. And yes, after October 7th, everything changed, like on a whole different level that unlocked something in me and it unlocked something in many people as well. So
what was something for you that, because it's something that, I'm still navigating as well. I'm sure a lot of people who are watching and listening can relate. If money and abundance isn't flowing as freely as we'd like it to or expect it to, like we're putting in the work, like we're showing up consistently, we're doing all the things and it's still not showing up. Why? Is that some internal blockage? what are some potential things that could be happening, and how can we overcome them?
So I just actually had a conversation like this with my membership, I think it was 2 nights ago. And I shared with them, everything is frequency. Like this is what I've learned. So right before Greece, which we'll talk about, I started getting a lot of information. And then when I was in Greece, Spirit was just downloading me with information. And we could know something mentally, but it has to land in our body. Like Inception, the movie, like it has to come from within for us to get it. And now I'm finally getting it on an internal level. So I talked to them and I said, everything is frequency. So I noticed after the fire, everything just kind of dropped. My business kind of went to a standstill. It's like I came back to reality, like I popped my head back up, and it was like my business was still there, of course, still had stuff coming in, but all of a sudden everything changed. And it's only now that I understand. And so I've had to like rebuild it in different ways and, show up differently. And I'm still in the process of that, but I can now see it. It's because my frequency changed. I was basically over here, let's just say that's like at the top or whatever. And then I was brought to there right after the fire because of everything. And I had to go through this process. So my entire frequency changed. So if something is not working, we have to stop, come back to our frequency. One, are we doing this because we want to, or are we doing this because society says we should? And then if it's not working, do we need to pause and we all get messages all day long. Every single one of us, we all know. When I do sessions with people, I've never met them before, and I'll say things, and they're like, oh, I've been feeling that. I'm like, of course you have, because that's your soul speaking to you. So we get messages all day long. So it's like, what has your soul been saying to you that you're not listening? That like subtle whisper inside that you have to do, that's going to demand a different version of you. That's not easy. So it's easier just to stay in the same path. So we have to look at all that. There's so many things, but frequency, are we doing it from our hearts? Are we doing it just because we think we should? Like, what's really our path? I love the birth chart because it always brings me back to alignment. I always look at it for myself. Am I in alignment? Am I going towards my path? Am I going towards my North Node? Like, what is it that my soul wants to do? And I'm now on a new trajectory. Spirit wants me to speak more. And I'm like, oh, it's not that I love speaking, but I'm like, I'm such a projector. Sorry, any projectors out there? I'm like, it's so much easier for me to be in my pajamas at home, like doing a course. I love it. I'm a Cancer moon, Taurus sun, give me my comfortable house in my pajamas, and I'll speak all day long. But I'm like, I got to get dressed and go out somewhere. I'm like, oh my God, that feels like so much work to me. So that's what they've been saying. So I'm kind of resisting that.
I'm excited for that though.
But I'm like, oh, so I'm moving through that, right? We all have things. So it's like, what is Spirit whispering to you? What is Spirit telling you to do? It's all frequency at the end of the day.
Yeah. Okay. So you've obviously been through many different obstacles in your life.
Oh, let's just say that's been the theme for my life.
That's a big theme in your life. Similar to my friend
because
Gedalia
my soul
Fenster.
chose this.
Yeah, similar to Gedalia Fenster. Do you know Gedalia?
I've never met him, but
you guys need to connect for sure. You should go on his pod too.
That would be amazing.
No, he's also just like constantly tested. And I feel like in a way I've kind of gone through something very similar too. Anyways, I guess God gives his toughest test to his strongest soldiers. So I take it as a badge of honor. I keep
saying, God, I'm tired.
I know.
I'm real tired.
Oh my God, I understand the lesson. You can chill.
I could just do Pilates and just relax all day.
Are you a matcha Pilates girl? Are you a big matcha girl?
I'm not into matcha that much.
Yeah, I can never get into it. It just tastes kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, like, now you even mentioned, like, after the fires, you had this inflammatory response, this fight or flight response. So you went to Greece, but you still were like disconnected from your body and couldn't fully experience it.
Yeah.
And you said this most recent experience was absolutely incredible.
Oh, even thinking about it right now, I mean, God.
What made it so special? And after that, I want to talk about your journey with Lyme, because a lot of people right now listening, a lot of them are women, and a lot of them have autoimmune conditions or gut issues. And you've been through the gamut of different things and challenges with your health. And I think your journey can really inspire others.
Yeah.
So we'll start off. Greece.
Okay.
She went to see some random dude she never met.
This is the funny thing. Everyone thought, and that's why I didn't share till like a couple, I don't know, like 4 or 5 days until I was there, because everyone thinks One, I was going to meet a guy, or two, that I was going to like find my husband. And I'm going to tell you, because I'm always truthful, it was none of the above. And I actually made the decision for my heart, my soul, for my energy. Actually, the day I made the decision, and I'll tell you how I got to that, the day I made the decision to go, right when I'm booking the international trip, 4 days before I leave, all of a sudden, 3 or 4, I think it was 4 people messaged me. They're like, I want to buy a reading with you. And my readings are a higher price point. And it was like, boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, that was my ticket. That was my thing. It was boom. It just happened. And I was laughing about it because I'm like, oh yeah, guess why? Because I chose myself. It's frequency. Everything is frequency. I chose myself. And then all of a sudden this money, like extra money was just like boom, 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 boom coming in. So I watched it happen. I laugh all the time because you can see things unfold. So anyways, I went to Greece. I'm here in Florida. I was planning on going back to LA to celebrate my birthday. I hired a chef. I was going to have a party in the backyard where I live now. And it was going to be really beautiful. And then, okay, this is wild. I don't even know if you know this part. Did you listen to my part 1 of the reel? We're going to dive into this. Okay. So my friend that was from California, she moved to Paris a couple years ago and she just got engaged. And so I saw her engagement in Paris. It was like the south of France. And then after on her reel, I saw someone else in Europe and then someone else, like all these people in Europe. And I said, that's it. I turn off my phone. I put it down and I say, God, this is what I want. This is the life I want to live. This is what I want. This is what I desire. This is what I see myself doing. Like it was so strong. It was so direct. I'm like, I just need to be in Europe in the summer. Like I can't explain it. I said it so strongly and then I just put it to rest. But it was just so sure. There was not even a question. It was just like, no, I know that I need to be in Europe because it makes my heart happy in the summer. Okay. The next morning, this girl comments on one of my stories on Instagram, which people do. So I happened to see it and I saw, though, she sent me a voice note. And we've chit-chatted throughout the years. I don't know her. But we've chit-chatted, so I listened to the voice note because I never listened to it. And she sent it to me, I think, like 6 weeks ago. And basically, long story short, she was going to hold a retreat in Greece. She has a villa and a chef. And it just didn't work out. For whatever reason, it's her story, it didn't work out. So she's like, I know you like Greece, so, I'm inviting you if you want to come. Well, I said to her, oh, hey, sorry, I just listened to this now. It's, she was like, I'm going to go early May. It was like the end of April. I said, did that work out? What happened with that? And she messages me back. She's like, no, it didn't, but I'm still going. I'm going to go by myself. And she's like, if you want to go to Greece, I have a villa and a chef. You're invited. And I go, oh, thank you so much. I would love to, but I'm going. I have a party. I already hired a chef. And she's like, okay, no problem. I hang up, disconnect, put my phone down. Literally an hour later, it like came through and I sat there out loud and I'm like, wait, why can't I?
Yeah.
Like, why can't I go? So I messaged her back. I'm like, hey, I'm actually really intrigued. Anyways, we went back and forth a little bit. I said, let's FaceTime. Okay, so I don't know this girl.
You want to make sure she's not like a weirdo.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't know her. We've chit-chatted. She was very supportive through October 7th, and I really appreciate that. So, but I don't know her. So I'm like, let's FaceTime. She's like, sure. So we jump on a FaceTime. She's in London. We talk. And I'm like, listen, I just want to make sure, one, you're not a catfish. Like, put 3 fingers in front of your face, to make sure it's not AI.
That's what we have to do these days.
I know.
Oh
I'm like, put 3 fingers.
We really got to be careful of that shit.
It's crazy. And she's like, no, I know. And she's like, don't worry. Anyways, we talked. And I said, I'm really intrigued, but I just don't know because this would be really last minute. And in like 2 days, I was supposed to fly back. So I'm like, let me think this for 24 hours. And I went through all the reasons why, and there's really something important here. I went through all the reasons why it's not going to work, because my mind was just monkey mind going crazy. I'm like, I don't know this girl. This is crazy. I have to cancel all my things. I have to cancel my flight. I have to buy an international flight. I mean, all the things, right? And then meanwhile, I have one of my good friends who I do the retreats with. She lives in Athens. But I messaged her, hey, are you around if I decide to come to Athens? She was like, oh my God, yes, come to Athens. So I'm like, okay, let me think about this. So I went to sleep, the answer being a no. Because I'm like, even though this would be great, it's like too last minute. I wake up in the morning and I go to check in for my flight. It's like 24 hours, right? I go to check in.
Your flight to LA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I go to check in and I sat there and something in me is like, do not go back to LA right now. So I sat there and I said, I thought about, and I want people to hear this because some people might think this is woo, but I listened to my body as an instrument because my mind was crazy. Like I have a monkey mind. You know, I'm a mental projector. People know my mind is, my Mercury's in Aries. I mean, it's so quick. It's too much sometimes. So I held my phone and I thought about me going to LA and it just didn't feel good. And then I thought about me, and obviously, listen, who doesn't want to go to Europe or Greece? I get it. But like realistically right now, I thought about me going to Greece right now. And I'm going to tell you, you know, remember the Care Bears?
Yeah.
The Care Bear stare?
Yeah.
Well, I clairvoyantly saw this light from my heart literally go like this, arc and go in the direction. I don't even know what direction Greece is in, but it went in the direction. And I knew in that moment, I said, I'm going to Greece. I called the chef. I said, I'm really sorry, but I'm going to have to cancel. It's okay if I lose the money. I canceled. I told all my friends, guess what? No party. I'm going to Greece. All my friends were like, that's amazing. What's going on, right? And I canceled everything, canceled my flight. And then I booked the same day, I booked the international flight. And 4 days later, I was gone. So
let's go.
There was no like shopping for cute dresses. I just like, and I only have the stuff here that I brought from LA. So I'm like, whatever, let's just go. So I went there. I saw my friend in Athens. It's so funny. I know so many people in Greece because I've been about 9 times now. So I have drivers on WhatsApp. Like I know them and they're my friends. So then this one driver took me 2.5 or 3 hours to this other port to get on this boat to then go get picked up by someone that I show up in a villa. And I'm like, hi to this girl. And I'm like, please don't kill me, you know? So.
And she turned out to be really cool.
So cool. We had the best time. There was not one moment of like awkwardness. We're very similar. I looked at her chart before, so I'm like, I gotta check her out, you know? Yeah, and so it was so great. And I just needed some downtime. Like right after I got there the next morning, we had breakfast. I laid out on the patio chairs and I was passed out for a couple hours. She's like, I didn't want to wake you. I'm like, oh my God, so sorry. But like my body was just like, we made it here, you know? So I was so relaxed. We had such a good time. Then I went with my friend to another island. And we had so much fun, and then I didn't want to leave. And it was my birthday. And yeah, for some reason on this trip, this is what I want people to know. I was more present than I've ever been. Like I've traveled the world. I love to travel. Something was so different on this trip. I felt free. I felt so free. And that feeling you can't replace for anything, right? Like sure, I brought some of my stuff, but like I didn't even, usually when I go, I'm like, you know me, I like to have all the cute dresses and I didn't have any of that. And I was just like, I felt so free and it was actually cold half the time. So I was wearing like shawls, but I'm like, I don't even care. It was just, I felt so free. And that shifted everything for me. Like that vibration and just so many good things have happened from that. Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that.
I mean, you can feel it right now. I know. We're like there right now.
But honestly, it kind of reminds me like, the type of intuition that you had and just like listening to the signs, it really reminds me of when I first did ayahuasca, there you go. Which was probably the first or second time where it was such a loud noise, like a clear voice. I was supposed to go to Costa Rica for this yoga certification. And 1.5 weeks before, I'm going on a walk and I just get this clear download. You need to go to Peru and sit with ayahuasca.
There you go.
And I was like, but I have this certification. I already booked the flight. I already paid for it.
They don't care about any of the details.
God will just speak to you and give you a very clear direction.
They don't care.
So later that night, I canceled everything.
Yeah.
And I researched ayahuasca places in Peru. And 2 weeks later, I was there. Yeah. Purging my brains out. In a tent at 3 a.m. in Sacred Valley, Peru, and it was a life-changing experience.
I'm sure.
So it's so.
We are led always on our path. We're always led, but people don't trust. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah. That's really cool. And now you have like a lifelong friend.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about how to cultivate that type of intuition because I know we've spoken about it before, but your battle with Lyme.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people and a lot of women, because women are naturally more intuitive than men.
Yes.
But oftentimes, like you said, when you're in your head, you're disconnected from your body. You're disconnected from some of that intuitive gift that you possess. So for you, navigating Lyme, Can we go there? Can we talk a little bit
let's go
about
there.
it? And maybe how you first discovered that you had Lyme, what time period this was. And then also, the whole breast implant journey, I think is also very valuable to share because we're in Miami right now. And let's be real, it's very commonplace to see women with breast implants, lip injections. Not that there's anything wrong with these things, not judging them at all.
Yeah.
But I think women do need to be conscious and aware of the potential repercussions that these things have.
Okay, where do you want to start?
I want to start
With Lyme?
Yeah, like if you could summarize kind of your battle and obstacle with Lyme, and then what woke you up to realizing that it was actually these implants that were creating so much inflammation and dis-ease. I hope you're enjoying this unbelievable conversation with Nicole. And I just wanted to let you know that we just released our 28-day cycle guide. Now, I believe this is one of the most important issues for both men and women. So women can understand their biology better and build a deeper connection with themselves. And so men can show up for their woman in the most powerful way possible. And it really requires this next layer of knowledge. And my team and I created an incredibly in-depth 28-day cycle guide to really teach you the tools to navigate these different times of the month with your nutrition, with your fitness, with your emotions, etc. So if you want to get the guide, hit the link in the show notes right now. And I really hope that you take action on some of this information because I promise you, it will transform your life. This is your body. These are the relationships that matter most. So hit the link in the show notes. And now let's get back to the podcast. That we're creating so much inflammation and dis-ease.
Yeah. So I would have got Lyme even if I didn't have the implants. I want people to know it wasn't the implants that caused the Lyme. The implants impacted everything else because your body is working overtime because you have a foreign object in there. So it didn't cause that. Again, this was another contract for me. Fun contracts. I'm waiting for a really real contract, nothing scary anymore. Okay, so I got very sick in 2017. I just came back from Colombia. I was there for a month on this with a bunch of entrepreneurs that just go and work there, learn Spanish, take salsa dancing. It was so fun. Had the time of my life. But the last week I felt super sick. I came back and I started feeling sick. And first I thought it was just a flu. I'm like, okay, let's just deal. And then it just kept happening and kept happening. And then at this point it was 2017. So I didn't know anything about the medical system because I didn't actually need to know. Like at this point before, I had no reason to doubt it because I had no reason to, I didn't need to know almost. Okay, so it was my awakening with the medical system in 2017. That's why when 2020 happened, I was like, you guys, I got you. I'm like, unless you haven't gone through what I went through, you might not see through, but I'm going to tell you. Okay, so I started going to the doctor because I'm like, I'm sick. Now I would handle it differently. And they gave me antibiotics. So I was like, okay, I took the antibiotics and it got better, then it got worse. And then I went back and they gave me another round of antibiotics. And then I got better, then it got worse again. And then Spirit told me, stop going. And I go, okay, what? Right? And that's when I started realizing, wait a minute, they're not actually helping me. It's just putting me in a cycle. So there's so much to say with Lyme. Lyme I contracted. It was part of my journey to understand the mind, body, soul connection. And my whole life, because my crown chakra is very open, I'm very intuitive. I feel like I've been living, or now I know from perspective, I was living in my brain. I was living in the downloads I was getting. I wasn't in my body. I had a lot of body image issues when I was younger. I had an eating disorder when I was 21. I went to an eating disorder clinic. And it was just a way to take it out on my body because I felt, and I'm sharing this so people could understand, it felt very foreign to me to be in a body. And that might be weird for some people, but I know that there's people listening that are really going to resonate with that. It felt incredibly dense and very foreign because I'm so used to connecting up here and being here and this beautiful, and I didn't have the words when I was a kid, but like love and light. Like my heart was very pure, it was very open, and I was very connected, but I didn't know. So this all felt dense and ugly because didn't look like society, and I was always short, I wasn't tall, and I had a big butt before the Kardashians, so it wasn't cool then. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was very hard, and so I took it out on myself. But I also, with the eating disorder, I didn't know at the time until later I wasn't feeling my feelings. There was so much that I was taking on from the world and then my own family and everything, that it was overwhelming. So I would shove my feelings down. So when I would go eat or process, or the eating disorder was just a way, it was an addiction. So some people drink. I didn't like alcohol. I liked food, so I just used that. So every addiction, it's really the same coping mechanism.
So you had bulimia?
Bulimia. I tried anorexia. It didn't really work for me because I love to eat too much. So I'm not laughing about that, but I'm telling you the truth. Like it just wasn't working for me. So yeah, I was 21, like 20, 21. But also just, even if I wasn't bulimic, it was just overeating. That really was the core of it. It was just overeating because I was shoving all the emotions down because I didn't know how to feel. Because I was in survival mode most of my life. And I also was such a psychic, sensitive flower, but I didn't know because I had no one to explain that to me. That's why I share. That's why I do the work that I do, because of my childhood and how I grew up. I was so open energetically, but I didn't know. So I would spend a lot of my time crying and being overwhelmed with emotion. And I thought it was me, but I didn't realize I was just taking on the world. Obviously my own stuff too, but I was taking on the world. So all that to say, I was always disconnected from my body. It was hard for me. I didn't, So the Lyme, which I found out after the fact, was a way to kind of bring me back and be present. Because what other way than be super sick in bed and you can't move than be fully present?
And how long were you like that for? Were you sick in bed with Lyme?
I would say it was a total of 5 years. I wouldn't say I was in bed for 5 years, but felt horrible. Like people would see me, I would still teach because I had to make money, I had to do my job, but they didn't see behind the scenes. So like right now, we were even talking about my sensitive body before. People don't realize my body is so sensitive. Like spirit will not let me do ayahuasca, will not let me, and tell me exactly why I should not do it.
You would take a microdose and go on a full-on journey.
Well, I've tried it and then my body rejects it. And every time I've tried microdosing, it's like horrific what happens afterwards. So I'm like, okay, I'm not even doing this anymore.
It's kind of a beautiful thing though. When your body's that sensitive, it can be frustrating, but it's like you're so
it's an instrument. It's a fine-tuned instrument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it forces you to just be extremely mindful because even like drinking a little too much.
I can't even have the drink you were having because that would probably send me over the edge. There's so many things. I don't drink alcohol anymore. I don't do anything. That's why I go to Europe so I can eat the food because it's so clean there.
Yeah. Do you drink wine in Europe though?
No, not this time at all. Because last summer I tried not even a half a glass. I would say like 4 sips, and I felt like I was hungover for probably like 4 days, and it ruined 4 days of the trip. So that I haven't had a sip of wine since last year, but I also haven't had real alcohol in probably like 7-8 years.
Damn.
Yeah, because my body doesn't like it. So why am I going to do it?
I'm actually drinking more now than like I did in the past.
Interesting.
But like not in a toxic way. Just like I'm really finding myself actually enjoying like a nice drink. It's usually tequila, soda, lime, or like a glass of wine, and it's like this ritual to kind of wind down the day. It actually started when I was in Israel, and it's like the sun sets, you've had a productive, nice day, and it's like, I don't know, something feels good about it. And
listen, and we're not going to say it's all bad. Like I love wine. I mean, in my ideal world, I would own a vineyard somewhere, but I'm like, I can't even drink it now. So I get it.
Back to Lyme.
Yes, back to Lyme. So 5 years where I felt really shitty, and it was really hard. I still take care of myself today. And what else? So okay, Lyme, there's so many things with this.
So you tried everything.
I can have a list of things to say with Lyme.
Well, so just to clarify, right?
Yes.
Found out you had Lyme.
Well, I found out a year after I was sick. And I'm going to give a shout out to Holly Owens. She's on Instagram. I don't know if you know her. She's like a wellness influencer and a model. And she was sick with Lyme, and she's the one that prompted me to go check for Lyme. So thank you, Holly Owens.
And by the way, this is exactly why it's so important for people to share their story,
Yes,
to
yes.
share your pain, to share your adversity,
Yes.
because the challenges that you've been through,
Yes.
whether it's Lyme disease, whether it's having your implants removed, whether it's having your house burned down in LA, by you actually opening up
Yes.
and sharing those things, it helps other people navigate similar circumstances and not feel alone in the process.
That's why I share. That's why I'm very vulnerable. And there's really nothing that I'm not going to talk about. Although I should be careful with you because you're going to ask me some crazy questions.
No,
but,
I mean, we need a shift. We need a shift. I feel like it's been way too calm right now. It's been way too chill.
this conversation?
So how did you ultimately get to the conclusion
Okay, yes.
that
Let's go in.
you needed to remove your breast implants?
So it really, well, that was spirit again. So, I mean, I have a very strong connection to spirit. And so at the end of the day, if anyone takes away anything from this, it's really come back to your heart, come back to your soul, find your connection because you are always guided. God is always guiding you. So I, when was it? I think 2021. I was still sick with Lyme. I was doing everything non-traditional. It actually helped me. I moved so much, but I was very swollen. I was very inflamed, and it was very uncomfortable because I still had to show up on camera. Like my face was humongous, and I didn't feel like myself, but I had to show up. So that was really hard. So imagine literally having a swollen face, not looking like yourself, but you're like, hey, still got to make a reel, still got to do a podcast, right? So I just did it. For a year, I just didn't like the way I looked. I literally almost couldn't look in the mirror for a year, but because I was so swollen. So, but I was uncomfortable as well. Okay, so I think it was 2021. I literally got a download, and Spirit said, you need to take out your implants. And I go, actually, that might have been 2019. Sorry. This was a long time ago. In 2019, they said, you need to take out your implants. And I go, absolutely not. No way. Come back. Check in with me later. Tell me when I need to. I'm not doing it. I was not available for that.
Yeah.
It was so many layers. It was I had so much stuff going on. Who has time to go get surgery again? Who has time? It was just so much, right? So I'm not available. Come back when it's final, last call.
And how long had you had your implants in at that point?
A really long time. So I got them when I was maybe 22 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had been in there for almost 20 years.
Yeah,
20
almost 20 years. Yeah. And here's the thing I want to say. I have no regrets because this was my path. This was my journey. I didn't know what I know now. I even asked the doctor, I'm like, are these dangerous? And they're like, no, you just might not be able to breastfeed. And listen, I'm 22 years old. You think I want to breastfeed at 20? Now, I mean, that's the most beautiful thing. But at 22, I was like, no, I want to go to... It
wasn't on your radar.
No, I'm dancing on tables in Vegas, I was smoking
Damn,
cigarettes
yeah,
then,
Let's go. I see it.
I mean,
that was the ratchet Danielle Paige.
Yeah, it was. This was before my spiritual awakening. So no, I didn't care about that. So I was like, okay, we're good. So they came back in 2021. They said, you need to get your implants out. And so when they tell me something and it's a knowing, we've all had that when it's it's go time. You just know. The minute that came through, I said, oh shit. And I go, okay. So then I started looking for doctors. I didn't tell anyone yet because I'm like, I got to come to terms with this because I haven't seen my body without that in 20 years, right? So then that was a whole process I had to go through of loving myself unconditionally. And listen, there's all this talk online, and I'm never going to be one of those people that yell at women who have implants. It's your journey. You need to do what you need to do. And yes, we should love ourselves no matter what, but it's also your journey. So you do what you want to do.
Yeah.
I'm not here to tell women what to do with their body, but I had to go through this process of, fully accepting myself, loving, and I was like, oh God, what is it going to look like? And then my old stuff came up. Anyway, so I had to work through that. I found some doctors and I ended up finding one in Ohio. So I had to fly to Ohio because she specializes in this. And she was other doctors call her a quack because she knows what they do. And so I was like, that's my doctor. Anyone that's getting called a quack, I'm like, you're my woman.
Yes.
You're my woman. Yeah. And so now it's she's known for she doesn't put them in, she only takes them out. And so
that's cool.
I want to say something though. This was really powerful because you don't hear many doctors do this. So, after I got them out, two things. Right when I got them out, I was preparing myself that I was going to wake up and I'm like, I thought I was going to look butchered. I prepared for that. I was like, okay, well, it's because it's not like you just pop them out and they look the same as you did when you were 20. Like, let's be honest, they don't. It changes everything, right? And so I was preparing for the worst. And so right when I woke up from surgery, I heard Spirit say, thank God those are out. And then they dropped me in my body in a way that I've never been in. And I was like, whoosh. And then from that moment on, I was like, I didn't feel sad. I didn't. So then, this is what I wanted to share, the day, because I had bandages on for like 3 days or something, I don't remember. And then the day the doctor was going to change the bandage, she came in, well, the nurse was going to do it, but she came in, she was like, and I said, I'm a little scared to just like, I'm scared, you know, and I started to cry a little bit. And she's like, don't worry. And so this doctor held my hand. It was so beautiful. She held my hand in front of the mirror and she took the bandages off and she goes, this is you. This is you. You're beautiful. You're natural. This is who you are. And like, what doctor does that? So I just want to give a shout out to Dr. Fang in Ohio. She was amazing, so supportive. And we talked about it. She was like, I understand aesthetics are important to you. So she kept circling that on the paper. She's like, I'm going to make them look good. And so at the end of the day, she did an amazing job and they look great. And if anyone wants to go to Dr. Fang, she does an amazing job. So, but that was so beautiful. And then I honestly felt amazing since they've been out. And I was never like, oh, I was fine. Yeah.
So a lot of, did a lot of the symptoms for Lyme go away?
Okay, that's what I want to share. Yes. My body takes a bit to heal. It always does with things. Within 3 months though, I looked like a different person. And I have reels on Instagram. I actually thought, but people were like, oh, it's placebo. No. I actually didn't think it was going to help, but I knew I had to get it out. In fact, I was crying on the table and the lady said to me, the nurse, she's like, you don't have to do this. And I'm like, no, I have to. And I was there. I actually held crystals and I opened up the Akashic records before I was doing this. They loved it. They were so into it. But so when people say, oh, it was placebo, no. I actually didn't think it would do anything, but I just knew that I had to do this. Within 3 months, I look like a completely different person. My stomach is flat again. Then I moved to Miami and I'm like wearing all these cute outfits. And I'm like, I haven't felt this good in 5 years. So when I got to Miami, it was like super fun. I felt free. I'm like, oh my God, my body is finally free. Yeah. So, and then I feel like everything went away. I will say, I don't believe Lyme goes away. I still think it's in my body. It's dormant, it's in my blood. It burrows itself in your bones. So it's still there, but it's not active, I should say. Long story short.
What would you say to a woman who's watching this right now and she is debating whether to have her breast implants taken out, but she's scared because it's a part of her identity?
Yes.
What would you tell her?
First of all, I would give her a hug. I would hold her hand. And I understand because you went in for there's a reason why you wanted them. And also that's a different identity. So you're going to have to step into a new identity. So I would say, don't be afraid. Actually, I just talked about this. Don't be afraid is written in the Torah so many times, right? So don't be afraid. That's what God tells us. It's in the Torah. Do not be afraid. And if there's a reason why you're considering getting them out, that's your soul speaking to you. Absolutely. And also, listen, the reality is it's a foreign object in your body. So your body is going to do so much better. Not everyone's body is as sensitive as mine, but at some point, your body is going to reject it because you have a foreign object in your body. So again, this is what I always say. I have a couple friends that just got it recently, like people I know, and it's like, I'm never going to judge anyone, but I also know that I said to them, just so you know, there's going to be a time limit on this because your body at some point is not going to allow this. And they're like, okay, when it does. And I'm like, okay, it's your journey. And that's the thing is though, we have to let people be on their journey. Truly. Like that's act like God, be like God. We have to let people be on their journey. That's it. It's not for me to say or do.
Yeah, no, I think that's really sound advice. I also think it's just so difficult to be a woman in 2026, like with the beauty standards.
It is, but don't you think it's same for a guy as well?
1000%. I feel like, listen, you can be an attractive 24-year-old girl in Miami who's unemployed and you're living life like a billionaire.
Yeah, OnlyFans now, apparently. I'm like, I don't even know what OnlyFans is, but
I mean, it goes way beyond that. I mean, you don't have an OnlyFans?
I have no idea. It's like porn. I don't even know what OnlyFans is. Like, why would I have an OnlyFans?
I don't know.
And or people show their feet?
That seems like a question that someone would ask who actually has an OnlyFans.
No, I literally don't even know what it is. Like, is it actually porn? I don't know what it is. Genuinely.
It's not technically porn, but it's kind of become that.
Okay. No, I don't have an OnlyFans. But feet pictures, maybe? Someone's into that?
But even just the beauty standards for women.
Yes.
And it starts so early, right? It starts so early, especially with social media. It's like these 13, 14-year-old girls, they're looking at these characters online, most of which are like AI avatars or like highly edited photos and videos. And that's their expectation for beauty.
Yes, it's
and then
very difficult.
At that same age, they're a teenager, they're given birth control. So all their hormones now are out of whack.
Yes.
And then they get pressured again with the lip injections, with the breast implants. And all of a sudden you have these 18, 19, 20-year-old girls who like aren't even fully themselves anymore.
I have a question for you. Can
Yeah.
I ask you a question?
Let's
Can
go.
we go there?
Yeah.
Okay. You bring this up a lot, which is fine, and it's valid. I understand where you're coming from, and I agree with you. There's a lot of pressure, and it's hard. But based on, I'm just going to, can we go there?
Let's do it.
Because you could always cut this if you want.
Guys, I'm a little nervous. Danielle's about to go in on me. Let's go.
You could always cut this out.
Let's go.
And here, I'm not going to shame any women at all, but there's an observation. And I've seen the women that you've dated, and they're all beautiful. So there's no judgment. But I would say they all look a certain way, opposite of what you're saying now. So I have a question about that. Because you speak this and you're right about this, but then I feel like the women that you go for, and again, no shame to women. I'm not here to shame women at all. They're all beautiful, but I feel like they all look a certain way, opposite of what you're saying now.
First of all, shout out to any of the girls from my past. Thank you for all the lessons. Thank you for all the valuable lessons that you've taught me.
And I'm not insulting any of you. You're all beautiful.
Actually,
I have no problem if you have implants or not.
Wait, actually, it's only one.
But it's not just the implants. It's a certain look that I've seen. I kind of know your look now.
So this girl, she's not going to watch this or see this, so I don't mind saying her name. Her name.
No names. No names. We don't want to.
But yeah, this
anyone.
girl I was dating, who's Romanian, she definitely had implants, and to be honest with you, she was such a beautiful girl.
Yeah, she's very pretty. Yes.
And also very spiritually connected.
And that's beautiful. And I have no problem with you
By the
dating
way,
someone that has implants, but it's just interesting.
Even if a girl has implants, like even now, like as much as I do feel resistance towards them, especially if that's going to be the mother of my kids, like it's still not a deal breaker for me. Yeah. Like if I really felt a deep connection and like there's
and
so much.
And it shouldn't be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like for me, it's more of a mindset about constantly looking externally to make yourself feel perfect or whole or complete. So it's more of like an energy thing. Now, there is, and I realize this about myself too, is that there's girls that I've dated in the past that were literally just fulfilling my ego's desires.
I'm glad you realize that.
Yeah. Like
every guy should realize this.
I fully recognize and understand that like a past version of myself almost got validation from being with like an attractive girl.
Yeah.
And it's not that I didn't have feelings for her. It's that like I knew deep down in my soul, like this isn't my person.
Yeah.
And I just didn't have the courage to really cut things off earlier and let things drag out, which at the end of the day is just hurtful to everyone involved, right? Because if you have and I think a lot of people kind of can relate to this, where it's like, if you're checking in with your highest self, asking my highest self, like, is this my person? Like, do I want to keep investing energy into this person? Do I want to keep building a life with this person? And oftentimes we ignore what our highest self is saying. I know I have in the past, and I'm like, yeah, but it satisfies this need. It makes my ego feel good. It fulfills this desire. And yeah, I feel like I've really been more intentional the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's definitely an interesting journey. I feel like we all have to kind of go through our process.
Absolutely. That's why I'm not here to judge. And I just want to, again, make a disclaimer that I'm not here to bash any women. Like I said, they were all so beautiful. I kind of know your type now. But it's just so interesting because you're always commenting about that. So I think it's when any male is continually commenting on that, I'm kind of curious about it, because men commenting on women's bodies in any form, I think is always interesting.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like I'm relatively open-minded in terms of really connecting with the person, like underneath the physical. Like I have one friend, for example, and like if he sees a girl has lip injections, like won't even consider it. Like it's just completely out of the question. Won't even want to like give it a chance.
Yeah.
Right? So I think there's like a certain level of, but here's the thing. Can we go longer, guys? We're good, right? Okay, cool. So I think there's like this, and I've been really trying to dig deep into this. Like I've been talking to rabbis, Kabbalists. I just had James Sexton on, who's like the NYC divorce attorney, and asking about like, why is relationship such a big challenge, especially in 2026? Like, it seems like everyone is struggling in this area of life. And it feels like, especially in a place like Miami, you have women who are using their physical body to really accentuate their self-worth and get external validation. And then you have men on the other side of the spectrum who are just flexing their material wealth and their physical things to call in those same women. And then it's like we're wondering why we're attracting surface level connections. And it's because that's what we're putting out there. Like we're not actually peeling the layers back. And like, for example, that's why, I'm wearing a mushroom on my shirt. I feel like mushrooms just reveal the truth.
Yeah.
Mushrooms have given me so many divine downloads where it's just given me truth, even when I didn't want to hear it, like about a specific relationship or the way that I'm showing up, the way that I'm out of integrity with my highest self. Like mushrooms give you that tough love. And a lot of people refer to it as a bad trip, but that's actually the best trip because that's usually the lesson that we need to learn in that moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting, but I appreciate you asking.
I just felt like, now is a really good opportunity. You have a mic in front of you. Might as well.
I have a lot of fucking questions for you.
Okay.
So we're about to flip this around. Guys, and I'm going to challenge you because I know you like to explain things and I love that. That's good.
Don't explain.
Okay. I know it's okay to explain, but, and I also want to preface this by like saying that you go way deeper. I know like this is kind of like surface level astrology 101.
Oh, I call it basic bitch, but it's okay. Let's do basic bitch astrology.
Yeah, and listen,
It'll
guys,
be fun.
Like in another video, Danielle's actually breaking down my entire birth chart. Okay, so we're gonna go deeper talking about like rising signs, moons, north node, south node, all of those things later on, okay? But for now, I want to do this deep dive.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, we have some good ones here. Where do I want to start? All right, we were just talking about dating. So which sign is the hardest to date?
Gemini.
Why?
You told me not to explain.
Why?
Sorry, Gemini's in the house. You guys are very fickle.
Why are you saying I'm not a Gemini?
You guys, like Geminis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can explain a little bit.
Okay, I'm allowed.
Okay.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm allowed to explain.
Which sign is the hardest to date?
I would say Geminis because they're a little fickle, go back and forth, and they get bored easily.
Interesting. And what sign is the easiest to date and get along with?
Libra, unless you're a Libra male that's older that have been suppressing your opinion your whole life, because Libra men, when they're older, they could get a little rowdy because for years they've been suppressing themselves.
Interesting. Okay. That's very niche.
I'm explaining too much. Let's keep
No,
going.
no, it's perfect. Which sign is the most misunderstood?
Scorpio.
Why?
Everyone hears about Scorpio. You hear some of the Scorpio and they freeze up. And they are powerful. They are transformative, but they're not all evil. And everyone thinks they're evil. They're not all evil.
Okay, good to know.
A lot are, but they're not all evil.
Which sign is the most confident?
Could say Leo. Yeah, Leo.
I'm a Leo rising.
You're Leo rising. Leo rising, you guys puff out your chest and you just lead with that. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Let's
Get
go,
that.
baby.
Get a clip of that.
Let's go. Okay, wait. Which sign acts confident but is actually really insecure?
Virgo. I wouldn't say they're very insecure. Let me explain for one moment. You told me not to explain, but then you told me explain a little bit, so we're in between. Virgo, because they have analysis paralysis and they have this perfectionism. So it's not that they're insecure, but they're always doubting themselves a little bit because they want to be perfect. Someone's
That's
nodding
me.
his head.
I mean, that's me.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot you're Virgo. Yeah.
You did not forget
I know
was
I did for a
Virgo.
second. I'm in the zone of these questions. I'm taking this very seriously.
Which sign has the strongest masculine energy?
Strongest? Aries. Yeah. They're the warrior. They just go out, they dive in, and they just go for it.
Which sign has the most toxic masculinity?
Oh, toxic masculinity. Could be Aries or just a unhealed Leo. Listen, I love Leos though, but you know.
What is the superpower of a Leo?
Oh, they're here to bring joy and lead with their heart, shine their light to the world, to inspire others.
So if I'm a Leo rising, does that mean I also possess that energy?
Absolutely. You navigate life through that vessel of Leo. So yes, you're supposed to meet people with warmth, with your heart, with joy, all the things.
Which sign has the most feminine energy?
Pisces, because Pisces is all about flow and feminine energy is all about flow. They are in other dimensions all the time.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
Pisces.
Yeah,
They feel like they're floating sometimes.
they are literally floating sometimes. They're just, come back. They were just riding a unicorn and they're going to tell you all about it.
What about Taurus? Because Taurus, I was told, loves to heal through nature.
I'm a Taurus. We love nature. We're earth signs, so we're grounded. Absolutely. What about it? What do you want to know?
Like, what is the superpower of a Taurus?
Oh, our strength, really. That you can be an oak tree and there's a hurricane going on around you and you are solid and loyal and dependable. And yeah, but also gets you in trouble because sometimes Tauruses stay too long. Like they could hold on to a relationship that's supposed to go or a job that's supposed to go because we're so loyal. We're loyal like a puppy dog. Yeah. We eat the same food all the time. Like once I find a food I like, I'm like, oh, I'll eat that every day. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm a Taurus moon.
Yes. Yeah, I think you were 29 degrees. I have to look. Yeah, so full expression of the Taurus moon.
Okay, which sign falls in love the fastest?
Oh, Pisces. Yeah, Pisces is in love with love. So you have to be careful with Pisces because they have a strong shadow. It's like you can see all the flags and ignore them anyway. So Pisces, yes.
I was literally just going to ask you, which sign has the darkest shadow side?
It could. Some people would think Scorpio because theirs is a little dark, but they're meant to go in the underworld. But it's a slippery slope with Pisces because they're so loving that they just ignore everything almost.
Okay.
You see it all, but you ignore it.
So I've had a couple interesting experiences dating Sagittarius women.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about that.
Is it a little too opinionated for you?
No,
Because
actually.
Sagittarius is very opinionated. They know what they want. They're going to go for it. They're adventurous. They might not want to always commit. It just depends. They want their freedom, but they're always right. Sag is like always right until it's like a healed and evolved Sag.
Do they feel also a little cold at the beginning? And once you kind of like get them to be open?
That would depend on the rest of their chart. So if
Okay,
they have
okay.
like a lot of air in their chart. But normally Sagittarius is a fire sign, so fire is warmth. Fire is like passion. Like, let's go on this adventure, let's have fun, let's play. Yeah, so they're actually pretty warm.
Which sign is the most likely to spiritually awaken?
Well, Capricorn could actually be the most spiritual because they have the most discipline. And spirituality is really about discipline. Because if you're just on another planet all the time, and you're supposed to be on Earth, you're actually not here. So if you can bring that down to Earth in a grounded, practical way, Capricorn has the ability to be the most spiritual.
Wow, I've never heard that.
Yeah,
explained
people don't
like
know that a lot about Capricorn.
I feel like that's also such a misunderstood thing about spirituality is like, yeah, discipline is actually spiritual.
It's incredibly spiritual.
It's like showing up consistently.
Yes. Yeah, Earth signs, we have a leg up in that sense because like we will do the routine. But then we're too stubborn, you know?
Which sign is most likely to be an amazing husband and father?
Oh, you know, I want to say it depends on the whole chart. I can do basic bitch astrology, but for you, oh gosh, it depends on what kind of husband and father you want. This is a hard one.
A loving one, a present one, a passionate one, a safe one.
Oh, it could be any sign. You're going to kill me here. I would say, I know.
She misunderstood the assignment, guys.
I didn't get the memo. Could you slide the memo under the door? I would say I love Leos.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I love Leos because they're go-getters. To me, it's like a lot of masculine energy. They take the lead, but they're also in a healed way. They're leading with their heart. So, yeah.
Which sign is the most kinky in the bedroom?
Oh, Scorpio for sure. Aquarius could be second up but Aquarius is going to wake up in bed next to an alien and be like, oh my God, what? Okay, I'm into it. Let's go. Yeah. You're like, what? What did you just say?
Wow. So Scorpio is the most wild.
Yeah, Scorpio is very sexual. Every sign is connected to a part of the body, and Scorpio is connected to the genitals. So yeah, they're naturally, every Scorpio that's listening right now, you know you're sexual. And if not, like, let's go get your hormones checked. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What if, okay, so obviously there's other things dependent on the rest of the chart that would
You're like, where do I get myself a Scorpio?
I know.
Any Scorpios out there for him?
No, I feel like, listen, I feel like I feel like everyone, for the most part, is very sexual.
Everyone has it in their chart. It's just expressed or suppressed.
Exactly.
Right? I think you have, if I remember, there was Venus and Mars and the conjunction or square. Anyways, that's a lot of sexual energy. So you have that in your chart for sure.
I want to talk about the full moon.
What about it?
Because the full moon really helped in my journey, actually back to Judaism. I think I've told you, but like a few weeks before October 7th, just going through a very dark period, like for 2 weeks, I just didn't want to get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah.
And anyone who knows me knows that I really value myself on my positive energy and my passion for life. So this was just really alarming. And I was like, how do I get to the root cause of why I'm feeling like shit? So it was a full moon. I decided to take a small dose of mushrooms and I just locked myself in my apartment in Miami Beach, took a hot bath. And it was during that experience that I literally saw God appear in front of me. And he's like, where have you been, bro? I've been trying to guide you. I've been trying to support you, but you're trying to do everything by yourself.
Yep.
And it was that full moon that literally changed my life forever. And ever since then, I'm like, wow, there's something to this weird woo-woo astrology shit. Like,
well, was it really the moon or was it the mushrooms that did it?
I think it was a combination
is an amplifier.
of exactly.
Yeah.
So, but to be honest, now that I've been doing like, just full moon, like journaling and certain rituals, I usually like will take a bath and just like really go deep with my breath and like do some sound healing stuff. There's so much wisdom in the moon.
Yeah.
So what is one ritual that we can implement during the full moon to expand our consciousness and elevate our soul?
Surrender and actually allow. So during the full moon, when I say surrender, I actually mean allow. So let me rephrase that. During a full moon, what's going to be is going to be. It amplifies everything. So what is coming to light and allow that to come to light. Allow that to show you. Maybe it's your shadow. Maybe it's something really beautiful and positive. So allow what it's showing you because it's acting as a mirror.
And the full moon is all about releasing.
That's more the balsamic moon.
Balsamic moon?
Yeah. It's the dark moon right before the new moon. So that's actually technically about releasing.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know I see it online all the time. People think the full moon is release, but it's really, that's why I say it's just an allow. Like you're allowing because the energy is so potent that you can't really release and burn something because it's all happening in front of you. During the balsamic moon, which is the dark moon right before the new moon, there's no light, right? There's less light. And so that's when you burn things down. That's when you shed things. That's when you rip things up. That's when you just fully let that go. But during the full moon, it is active. People born under a full moon, their intuition is heightened naturally. So I think, are you born under a full moon? No.
That would be crazy.
No, you're not. No.
You can see if I was born on a full moon.
Yeah, you would just have opposite. Yeah. You would just have opposite. Like if your moon would be in Taurus, your sun would be in Scorpio. So it would just be opposite.
That's wild. Well, I think also, speaking about the moon, it's like the more that I just learn about systems and biology
And the cycles.
Exactly. And you realize like a woman's body is directly in sync with the moon.
Yeah, I mean, these days we're not like exactly in sync. We're like, okay, it's a full moon or it's a new moon and you're ovulating, or it varies because of all the technology and everything going on, but we are absolutely in tune. There's a cosmic rhythm on my website. My tagline is embody your soul's cosmic rhythm. And that's really what it's about, is step in tune with your cosmic rhythm. Follow your soul, not what society tells you. And what that is aligning with the stars. It's your truth. It's aligning with everything you are. When I learned astrology, it changed my life. That's why I teach this for so long.
And it's crazy because, again, I think a lot of men especially are like, yo, astrology is some bullshit.
Yeah, it's hard for me to do readings for men. I don't actually like it because they think it's bullshit and they think it's like a game. And I'm like, no, this is not a game. So either like you're in, we're going to do this, or, like I'm not going to talk to an ego.
From an intuitive standpoint, though, when you just think about the alignment of the stars, the alignment of the moon, the moment I was birthed into this world, there's so much power in that. There's so much potency in understanding that. And there's so much wisdom in all of the stuff that you teach.
Yeah.
So like I have a deep appreciation for it. That's why I want to like dive deeper and understand myself more, because I know it's only going to help me show up in a
you
better
have
way.
a huge transit coming up. Pluto is about to hit your north node, and this is life-changing transit for you.
When is that happening?
I have the dates on there. The scribble, I have the dates. We'll
Okay,
go
so
through it.
we're going to film this like very shortly. Are there any things that you wanted to share or ask me that we didn't cover in this podcast?
Ask you. I didn't know. I feel like we hit everything. I definitely had to ask you a question or two. No, I think we're good. Anything else you want to ask me? Oh, God.
I guess.
I know what you're going to say. Just ask it.
What am I going to say?
Is this the age and the marriage?
No. I wasn't going to ask that. I wasn't going to ask that. I was really going to ask you. I was genuinely just going to ask you, what are you most excited about in your life right now?
Oh, I'm building a lot right now. Everything is changing. I'm stepping into a really beautiful year of my life. Last year was a little rough. You just have to be present with it. So I'm really excited about what's coming. I know my partner is coming. I see him. I feel him. I know a lot of what he looks like. I know a lot about him. It's kind of crazy. And it's been a divine timing thing for my soul. And I'm stepping more into business, more speaking, and I'm really excited.
I love that.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can share some stages.
I would love that.
I also
it's
feel
in your
like-
chart. We're going to talk about that.
I also feel like that is going to be like such a special moment when it happens, because it's like your audience. I feel like some of these girls mostly have been following you for like a decade.
Yeah.
And they're like so invested.
Yes.
I feel like it's going to be such a special moment. It's also going to be a very powerful guy, because I feel
Yes.
like a lot of men in today's era would either just be out of alignment or wouldn't be able to like handle all of your energy. And I mean that as a compliment. I genuinely do.
Yeah.
I mean, as a compliment.
That's okay. I've accepted, and I'm not here to suppress. I know I'm powerful, but I'm also incredibly feminine and nurturing, and I'm really excited for the man that's contracted for me. So I'm excited for that.
Let's go, guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm excited. I'm excited to just witness that. And I feel like maybe I can be involved in the wedding somehow.
You're going to be involved in the wedding.
I think so.
Are you going to be the rabbi?
I'm going to be the shaman.
You're going to marry us.
I'm going to be the rabbi. Yo, how crazy would that be? That would be epic. Yo, guys, let us know in the comments if you think I should be the rabbi at Danielle's future wedding.
Well, let's just say Danielle's wedding, because let's not even take out future. It's just happening.
Danielle's wedding.
It's all in the quantum.
And is it non-negotiable that he's Jewish?
I actually don't think he's Jewish from what I've seen. And my soul came here for love. I would love it if he's Jewish, but from what I see, I don't think he's Jewish.
Well, either way, your kids
I think
will
he's
be Jewish.
European or something. I can't tell. It's like Italian something. I don't know. Yeah.
Yo, those Italian guys.
I don't know. I can't tell
that
what he
are
is.
listening, they're like, yo, what's up? Yo, guys, Danielle's DMs are open, but only if you're Italian.
No,
French,
I don't know if
Greek,
he's Italian. I can't
Israeli.
tell. He has olive skin, so that's all I know.
Could be Israeli.
Yeah, he could be. I get the feeling he's not, but he's also very accepting and welcoming to me doing Shabbat and everything. So yeah.
Love that.
They've showed me lots of clips so far, so that's what I've seen.
All right. If you're listening and watching, congrats to making it to the end. Like,
Thank you
you
so much.
literally are the top 1%, because that means you have the attention span that's legit. Like, you pushed through the ADHD and you made it. By the way,
Incredible.
make sure to follow Danielle. Make sure to tag us in your Instagram stories. Let us know any download that you had, any meaningful moment during this conversation where you were like, oh shit, like that really resonated, that really stuck with me. Because that's really why we're here,
Yeah.
is to just share our story openly with the intention of hopefully helping others on their journey and path. So Danielle, I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
I'm
I had so
grateful.
much fun.
I'm grateful for our friendship.
Me too. We've been through it.
Yeah.
We've had some rough patches together.
I love it. I love it. And we're just here like
Yes.
chilling on these velvet sofas. And now Danielle's actually about to read and analyze my birth chart so we can figure out exactly why I'm so fucked up. And
No.
it's going to be amazing, guys.
No.
So make sure this is going to be a separate YouTube video. Danielle's handwriting is just absolutely abysmal, but that's another story.
When I'm channeling and getting stuff, it's like a sloppy mess. Yeah.
Share this episode with a friend. Much love, Danielle. I love you.
Thank you.
And,
Love you too.
Yeah, much love. Peace. Let's go.
Oh my God.